doing something that I do regularly when I get money in my bank account from my business. And I thought, I think you need to see this. I think you need to understand this, because I know that a lot of the time we have issues when it comes to managing the money and the finances and cash flow, and making sure that we've got money at the end of the month. And so tomorrow is the last Friday of the month, which means that I pay all my bills. So I go through everything, I pay my assistant, I pay everything. And this is how I make sure that I've always got money. And it's a little hack that came from reading a book called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. And basically said to split everything into a percentage and a pot, and to get it into separate accounts. Now, I don't have separate accounts. I am lucky that I have a bank account that actually allows me to have pots. And so every time I get money into my account, what I do is I come to this little spreadsheet. So I sit down and I do my money, and I think, well, how much have I had in this week? And then I move it. And then I move it into different accounts, which then pays different things. So say, for example, I got £498.33. I put it in my calculator. This little spreadsheet, I just open it up and go, right, oh, I've had that much amount of money. And I grab my phone, and then I go, right, okay, I put £39.87 into my operations expenses. So this covers things like website, adverts. This covers any tools that I pay for or whatever. And I do this with every single amount of money, no matter how big, no matter how small. So if, like today, I've only had one person pay me £7 for the Stable Foundation Hub, I'm going to do this even with £7. Like literally, it doesn't matter how much I get. I'll go, right, £7 in, this is how much goes into each pot. So say, for example, I've had £500 in today. What I would do is I'd move £40 into my operations expenses. I will move £150 into my outsource, which covers my my assistants and my, if I have any more staff, if I take anybody else on. And that way I'm also left like with a little bit at the end of the month as well. Sometimes in that pot, I only pay what I need to, and that way I tend to grow it. And because it then tends to grow, if there's a month like August, I don't do any one-to-one bookings, whereas normally I'm selling transition tracks, and I'm selling one-to-one stuff and leg ups, and I'm pushing all of that. I don't book any in August, so my income goes down quite a lot. So it's nice to have this. So then I put like money into owner's pay, so that's how much I pay myself. I put money into my tax pot, and I put a percentage into a profit, and then it leaves me with an amount in the account. So all I do is in here 100%, I put 100% is that amount. Then I work out how much percentage is. So at the moment I'm paying about 8% roughly into my operations expenses. I'm paying roughly 30%. I round these up. So I work out the numbers and I think, right, I'm going to give myself 40%. Ideally, I want to get that up so I can give myself 50% a month. But I'm still tweaking. At the moment, I'm just putting 10% away for tax, because I normally have a bit more, but it just means that I've got a buffer. I've got some money when the bills come in that I can go, oh, okay. Plus that way, when I go to pay something, what's happening is I am physically then having to move it out of that pot in to pay it. So I'm not having to take it from one account. And so you can do this by setting up several different accounts and having each one doing certain things. And then so there's always a little bit left in my main account where the bills come out, where the direct debits come out. So if I haven't moved money, it's never a big deal because there's always a little bit left. But I thought this was a really useful thing to show you guys. Let me know in the comments if you find it is a useful way of doing it. But that's like, and literally as I'm going through and I'm doing my money every week, I'll just go, oh, okay, and then it's moved. And then so when my bill comes in, when my assistant sends me her invoice of how much I need to pay her, I literally just then have to move it and it's there, and I don't ever have to worry that I'm not going to have enough money simply by using that. I also do exactly the same for my personal cash. So as soon as I've paid myself, so like today I've put some money across and paid myself, I will now put that money into a similar sheet. So similar sheet like this, and then I'll split it into whatever it is that I need to. So let me see if I can, I'm just going to see if it's shareable first before I do it. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a look at this, right? So this is the one for myself. So when I get myself some money in, and I pay myself a little bit of money, I'll go, okay, 20% into regular bills, food, me, giving and gifts, horse care for the girls, for my savings, to clear off any debts, because I do have a credit card. Shocker, I know. Expected expenses. I put money into a pot for that. I put money away for camp because camp is always quite a nice little lump sum that I have to find. And then for house care, for like paying my cleaner and things like that. And then there's always a little bit left in my own, like, just account. But it makes such a big difference. It's such a simple little thing. It's such a little simple thing. But I hope this makes a difference. Set that up for yourself. If you'd like me to share you a template on how I do mine, I'm quite happy to make a copy of it for you, so that you can use it. Let me know in the comments if this was useful, if it's made you go, oh, I never thought to do that. But I promise you, I was really bad with money. I still wouldn't necessarily class myself as somebody who's really good at managing money. But since I've done this strategy, it's made such a big difference in just how I manage my own personal money, how I manage my business money. And of course, I'm having to make the decision. So if there's something that I want, I'm having to decide where it is that I'm going to draw back from, where it is that I'm going to take money out of. And so it's kind of then I'm making that, well, actually, if I pay this with this money, I can't then pay that. And it's a really simple way of doing it. So do let me know if this was useful, because it always I always share with the intent of it being something that's really valuable and helpful. But yeah, that's just my little tip on how I manage those little bits of cash flow and just make sure that I've always got money to pay what I need to without having to worry. I can get to the end of the month without thinking, oh, how do I pay for this? And I can make a decision on, can I afford something, by just going and looking at the pot, and if the money's there, I can have it, and if it's not there, then it's a simple no. I hope this helped, and I will thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.